Oh my god, is it a bug in there? Is it a bug in there? I think it's a bug in there. You better not
Open it up. Open it up. Go ahead. Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob. We had a bad month. We only put out one episode last month.
People are probably wondering if we fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
It's only 3 weeks since we recorded.
Yeah. Well, we didn't fall off the face of the earth. We've just been, we've been busy. We've been going through a lot.
Busy is like an understatement. Our lives are crazier than heck.
Mm-hmm. It is. Well, the first half of the month, we had the issue with the hurricane, Couldn't really help that. It is what it is. The second half of the month, we were dealing with, you having another baby.
You say me like I did this by myself. We are having another baby.
We are, and we found out it's just one, so that's good.
Yeah, we went just yesterday. We had our very first ultrasound, and needless to say, after going through a twin pregnancy and finding out we're pregnant again, that's the first thing on our minds is, oh my God, how many is
That's
in
all
there?
I thought about for
How many? And
a while.
Okay, on our last episode, we told your parents that we were pregnant and everything. We never told everybody how you found out.
You know what? I want to talk about that because we didn't talk about that. Before we get into that though, we need to let everybody know what's going on. This was supposed to be the episode that Amy Jo Johnson was on.
Oh yeah.
And, we were all set up to go one night and she is doing the, what is it called? The film festivals for the release of her new movie. And she just had a lot more stuff lined up than she realized. And we're going to have to put it off for like an episode or two. When we talked,
everybody turns off the podcast.
Boom, gone.
No Pink Power Rangers. Screw you guys.
I'm out of here. Go podcast over. But, anyway, she told me that she wanted to do something early November, which that's what this is now. So I'm expecting we're going to line something up very soon. Okay. So the story of how I found out you were pregnant.
You're going to make us follow that by disappointing, after we just disappointed everybody. I can't give out words out. Let me try it again.
Yeah, try it again. Go ahead. I'm not cutting that out.
Did it sound as tongue-tied as it sounded to me?
You know how mama here, but how about here, it sounded like you were trying to talk to.
Seconds, I was like
I was I'm the baby. That's how you were talking to me. It's like, you want to hear a story, little Poppy?
I was gonna say, why are you gonna make me follow up after you've done disappointed everybody about the Pink Power Ranger? It's like, oh, now tell your story. It's like, that story's gonna sound like crap.
What if I tell you this? Because we only had one episode last month, and this crazy stuff happens to me every time I leave the house. I have stories.
So you tell one of your stories first.
You want me to tell one of my stories first?
This is our story, but still, yeah. I don't want to follow the Pink Power Ranger. And the lack thereof. You
don't know any of the stories that I'm going to tell tonight.
No, we basically haven't talked to each other all month.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about each one, and I'm going to let you pick which one goes first, okay?
Okay.
I have a story about a crazy, crazy person in Walmart.
Oh, imagine that. Do you have a story with poop?
I have a story with poop.
Of course, because that's like what we talk about every episode, Walmart and poop.
I have a story with nudity.
Of course you do. Oh my gosh.
And then I have a story dealing with a vasectomy. So where do you want to start?
Tough. I'm kind of curious about the nudity.
The nudity? Okay, we'll go there first. I was told that I could tell this story, but I couldn't share the name of the person that I was with.
Okay.
I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I went out for the day. You got to remember because I don't go out with people too often. Well, me and this one person. This actually is a Walmart story. I didn't realize until just now it's a Walmart story.
Oh my gosh.
So me and this person's hanging out, right?
People who don't know us probably think we live at Walmart.
Yeah. And we end up going into Walmart in Wilmington, and we were just looking at different random things, and all of a sudden he goes, or she, it's a he. He goes,
you wasn't going hanging out with no girl. I'd cut you.
Yeah, you would.
I really would.
Well, he goes, man, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I could tell by the way he said it. I was like, well, this
You
ain't...
gotta poop.
Yeah, you gotta poop.
You so have to poop.
So I was like, take your time, man. I'm just going to walk around. I went to look at Pokemon cards and stuff like that. About 5 minutes ago.
Did they have any of the, whatchamacallit?
The Roaring Skies? No, nobody ever has them.
Never do.
Well, about 5 minutes later, I get a text message from him.
From the bathroom?
Yeah, and this is what the text message says. Can you bring me a rubber glove?
What?
Yeah. Now...
Like, where are you supposed to get a rubber glove? Well, I guess it's Walmart. Surely
I
they
could
sell
buy
everything.
one. Yeah. Now, here's the thing.
So it's like more like, can you go buy a package of rubber gloves, open it, and come in the bathroom and give me one?
Now, a lot of people would immediately text back and either go, no, or what's going on, or something like that. Well, my thought was, I don't know what's happening in the bathroom that he needs a rubber glove, but I'm fixing to have a story for the podcast. So I immediately said, no problem. Now, and
what size?
Now, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, well, they sell them here. I was like, but I don't want to buy them because I'm cheap and I'm poor. And then I thought to myself, I was like, oh, I take first aid classes at work and I have a kit in my car and it had some gloves in it. So I was like, I'm going to go out to the car. So I go out to the car and I get my little rubber glove that I'm supposed to use if I, find somebody in distress. And, I start heading back in and I get another text and it goes, I really need you to come in here. I need a glove. It hurts. And that's it. And I'm like, oh my God. So I took by the context of this that maybe he was constipated. And I'm like, he is going to try to reach in there and get it out.
I'm like astonished that he's sharing this with you, his troubles. I mean, look, constipation is no joke.
Yeah.
That's a horrible thing, okay? Very serious matter. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know if I would ask you that.
Yeah.
Like, if I was here in our own bathroom, in our own home, if I was like, hey, Bob, can you please bring me a rubber glove? Because I need help.
Well, I get to the back of the store and I go in the bathroom and luckily there's nobody in there but him. And he's in like the far stall all the way to the end, And,
well, what other stall do you go into in public? Of course, you go to the farthest one.
So I made my presence known. I was like, hey man, I'm here. I don't got to use this glove, right? And that's what I said, to try to break the ice a little bit. He's like, no, I'll do it. And he was speaking all fast. So I go up to the door and my thought was I would just I was going to be like, do you want me to throw it over or hand it under? And he opens the door. Okay. Now, what do you think you would see if somebody is in the stall and they've been using the bathroom?
Was his pants down?
Yeah. But he didn't have anything else on either. He was completely naked. No clothes.
Not even a shirt?
No. Completely naked. So
that's how our kids like to sit on the potty. They refuse to sit on the potty, because we're working on potty training right now. And they cannot sit on the potty with a shirt on.
Right,
that's
I gotta take it off.
They will freak out. They start pulling shirt off.
Well, he takes the glove and he shuts the door back. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just ask me to hand it to you over? If you're gonna stand up and come to the door, let me hand it to you. You don't have to open the door and and you're naked. I think he was just starting to panic and he didn't care at this point. So I'm standing there now. I'm like, do I leave? Do I go back out? And he goes, Bob, are you still in here? And I was like, yeah. He goes, can you not be? And I was like, yeah, man, no problem. And so I walked out and, I think another 2 minutes goes by and, he comes out and at first he didn't say anything. We were just walking what
do you say?
That didn't happen. And I was like, I gotta have this. I gotta have the information if I'm going to share it. I gotta know what happened.
First of all, are you okay?
So finally I go, hey, look, man, what the hell happened in there? I said, it's cool. We've known each other a really long time. You tell me what's going on. He goes, man, I just couldn't get it out. And I was like, it was really hard. So I was like, I'm just, and I've been dealing with it for 3 days. I've pooped in 3 days. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, 3 days, you're going to die. That's dangerous. Cause this dude eats. He eats a lot. And for him not to poop in 3 days, that's if
I don't poop in 3 days, yeah, I feel miserable.
So
that don't happen very often.
I thought I knew what he did, but I just wanted to make sure. I said, so what did you do? And he goes, well, I just kind of stuck my finger in there and tried to start pulling stuff out. And I was
my
I said, oh my God, dude, you didn't have no jelly or nothing. You just like went straight in there with a rubber glove. Like,
oh my God.
And he goes, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I said, did you get it worked out? And he goes, yeah, it's crazy. You know, it's kind of like, the plug came out and everything just flooded. And I was like, okay, I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
But then I go, well, let me ask you.
How many people are sitting there going, oh my God. So like completely grossed out.
Well, now.
We seriously overshare on this podcast.
Well, it wasn't me. Somebody's like, it's probably him. No, it wasn't.
Whatever, dude. It was so you.
But, so I lean in, you know, just a little bit, and I was like, well, I got another question. Why were you naked? And he goes, he said, what do you mean? I was like, you didn't have any clothes on. You took all your clothes off. He goes, doesn't everybody? And I was like, I don't think so. like, I don't think they do. Like, are you okay? So I said, I don't think they do, man. Not in public. Like, I've never like had to poop in public and went into the stall and my brain said, take all your clothes off. like what kind of adventure are you going on in the bathroom that your first thought is, I've got to get completely naked for this situation? It reminded me of that episode of Seinfeld where George was at the party and he goes into the bathroom to poop and like he takes all his clothes off and like he doesn't put his shirt back on. He walks out in the party. All right. I have an email attached to the show. It's bob@thebobandkatieshow@gmail.com.
And there's also Katie at the Bob and Katie Show, right?
I don't think there is. Is there?
I thought you set it up. I've never used it.
No, don't email that one because I don't know if it works. Definitely email.
I think it exists. I just never use it.
Email Bob.
Don't send anything there because I won't know.
Nobody's getting it. We're to open that up one day and see if there's emails in there.
There's probably like a million emails.
But email us, Bob.
Spam.
bob@thebobandkatieshow.com. I think I said Gmail earlier. It's not Gmail. It's thebobandkatieshow.com. bob@thebobandkatieshow.com. And
you can email us straight from our website.
Yeah. Let us know if that's a popular thing. Like, do you go into public bathrooms and just completely get butt naked?
Isn't there like can't you make like a poll thing on like Facebook?
On Facebook, maybe.
Where people can vote? We should do
that, yeah. We'll look into that. It's probably not going to happen, but we'll talk a game. So there you go. That was my nudity story.
That was a nudity story, a poop story, and a Walmart story. All
the trifecta
in one. And now you want me to follow that? Oh my gosh!
You said, why don't you tell one of your stories first?
So found out I was pregnant a few weeks ago. It was completely unexpected, completely out of the blue. Didn't really have any symptoms. It just hit me one day. I hadn't even missed my period yet. It was like the day before I was due. I figured it's okay to talk about periods after that story, right?
Well, I don't think we're going to talk about your period.
No.
Frequency and like flow and stuff. I mean, like.
No, we won't go into that much detail. Anyway, it just kind of struck me that I needed to take a test, and it was freaking positive. There was 2 lines, no doubt. It wasn't even faint. It was dark. It came up right away.
Boom.
And then I like pretty much hyperventilated in our bathroom. And you were at work.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I have to tell him. Like I said, this was completely unexpected. We obviously were not trying. We have 2-year-old twins. This was completely unexpected.
Now, this is how you found out. So,
I'm getting there.
Okay. All right.
It's all part of the story.
Okay.
So I found out, as soon as I found out, while I was still kind of hyperventilating a little bit, I called the doctor. Because...
Not me. You didn't call me.
No, you were at work. I wasn't just going to pick up the phone while you're like in the middle of your work day. You're like, hey, guess what? Like you would get anything else done at work.
I wouldn't have.
So I called the doctor because...
I probably would have called my boss and been like, hey, all hell just broke loose in my house. I gotta leave.
I have to go. Anyway, I called the doctor because given my prior history and issues I have, I knew that I was going to have to take blood thinner injections again if I ever got pregnant again. And I have to start them right away. So call the doctor, talk to them, get everything straightened out. But they have to call me back.
Okay.
I talked to the nurse and she was like, okay, I've got to talk to the doctor and I've got to call you back. She's like, if I don't call you back by such and such time,
you call me.
Then you call me.
Now this makes sense. This is where that phone call came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're at work and I'm like, okay, hopefully they'll call me back before you get home because I was still trying to figure out how I was going to tell you. Like, of course I would have loved to have done something clever and fun to tell you, but I was too in shock.
Yeah, and who has time for that in our lives right now?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I can't even think straight. I can't even breathe right now. And then you got home and I was like, oh my gosh, the doctor hadn't called me back yet. And so I knew I had to tell you like right away because my phone was going to be ringing like any minute. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we're sitting in the kitchen. I think the kids were down for a nap. We're sitting there in the kitchen. We're talking, and like I actually have the pregnancy test in my hand.
And I'm making a sandwich because I hadn't eaten.
You were like, I'm starving. That's why I was in the kitchen talking to you. You were starving, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't just like spring it on him. He's trying to eat something. He's about to starve to death. If I tell him, then he's going to get distracted. He's not going to eat, and he's going to starve to death. So I'm just.
Have you looked at me lately? Does it look like I'm going to starve to death?
I felt bad.
I've got a good month or two.
I didn't want to distract you.
Okay.
So you like start talking to me about going to the ABC store or something?
Yeah, I was.
You're like,
I can't remember what happened. I was like, man, I wanted to go to the ABC store and get something to drink. And that's when you said this comment. He's like, are you go,
You said something about I should have gone to the ABC store. You're like, maybe I should go so we can make drinks tonight. And then right then my phone started to ring and it was the doctor's office. I took that as my opportunity because I had to tell you, and I put the test down on the counter in front of you and I said, I don't think that's going to happen. Meaning I'm not going to be drinking tonight.
And in my mind, I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen because we just had a lot of stuff to do and like we're running out of time.
So I answered the phone, like I walk out and I walk to our bedroom and I answered the phone and the doctor that called me was the same doctor that I actually just saw a few weeks prior because I had a cyst on my ovary. And whenever I went in there, they did a pregnancy test and it was negative because I wasn't pregnant then. So anyway, as soon as I answered the phone, the doctor was like, hey, Katie, she's like, what is going on? Did we miss something? And I was like, no, like apparently I'm pregnant now. And then you walk in the room.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to talk to the doctor and you walk in the room and you said, what did you just say? Did you just say you're pregnant?
And you completely ignore me.
Yeah, I was like waving you away. I was trying to talk to the doctor. It was an important conversation.
Now, I'm
standing there in the background. Are you pregnant? What?
I'm going to take over the story now because you weren't a part of what happened next. So I turned around, I walked away, and I was like, there's no, that can't be what she said. And she, like, you waved me away. So I was like, oh, okay, she's not pregnant. Well, I went back to making my sandwich. Now, let me tell you about these sandwiches I'm making. They're called Sweet King's Hawaiian Rolls. And I was putting some turkey and cheese on. I was making.
Oh, really? Like little sliders?
Yeah, like 2 little sliders.
Those are the best rolls ever.
Well, I was making 2 of them, right? And I go back in here and I've got the little grill going. So I'm going to grill them. Like it's going to be a fancy little slider. It's going to be good. It's going to be delicious. And I go to grab the bread and I look down and that's when I see the pregnancy test. You like later right beside my food. And I saw all the lines.
All the lines.
And like my brain just starts going. What
does it all mean?
So I pick it up and then I walk back in the bedroom and I'm holding it.
Where I'm still on the phone with the doctor. You're sticking this test in my face. What does this mean? What does this mean?
Because like I'm still in denial. I'm like, she's not pregnant. There's no way that my life can get any like crazier than it is now. And I was like, well, what does this mean? And then finally I was.
No, you weren't like, what does this mean? You were like, what does this mean? There was panic in your voice. And again, I'm waving you off because I'm still trying to talk to the doctor.
Now I know. I was in my mind. I'm like, she's pregnant. I know this. Anybody that's ever seen a picture of me or has listened to this show, you know that I'm a fat guy. Now, here's the thing. I'm not fat because I'm lazy. Like, I'm actually a pretty active guy. I'm probably a lot more active than a lot of skinny people. I'm fat because I eat way too much. And I'm also an emotional eater. Like, that's a thing that I have to work on. Well, guess what? That is an emotional moment. You weren't talking to me. You're pregnant. I'm holding a pea stick in my hand. And I couldn't take it. So I came back in here to my sandwiches that I'm making, and I grabbed 4 more of them rolls out, and I started making, I was like 8 sandwiches. I'm just like pounding them out because I'm fixing to start slamming food.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm freaking out. So you finally come back in here, and I'm
Yeah, I was on the phone for like 12 minutes with the doctor, which in a situation like that is like forever.
Now, I'm grilling sliders like a maniac. By the time you come in there, I've got like a plate full of sliders, like that fat guy from the old Popeye the Sailor Man cartoon.
Bruno.
That he wanted, not Bruno, the one that wanted the hamburgers. He's like, I'll pay you tomorrow. I'll pay you Monday or what. He's always got like that plate of hamburgers. That's what I felt like I look like. I just got like a plate of turkey sliders, and I'm just like, you're talking to me, and I'm just like eating like Cookie Monster or something because I'm freaking out.
I hung up the phone, and like I walk in here, and we make eye contact, and I was terrified. I didn't know how you were gonna feel because this was not planned.
No,
we have 2 2-year-olds. We can barely handle life as it is. And I was like, he's going to be so mad at me. He's going to be so mad.
I was so many emotions, which is weird for me because I'm normally either not mad or mad. Like, those are my two.
Yeah, that's pretty early.
Those are
early emotions.
My 2 things. And that was just, it was different.
I think like that's the first thing I asked. I was like, are you mad?
And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I am right now.
No,
I just got to keep.
You told me you weren't mad. You're like,
I got to keep. I got to keep eating these sandwiches so I don't freak out.
Mad.
Is it too late to start smoking again? Like that's how I feel.
It was definitely a very different experience for us than the last time. This is gonna make everybody think like we're not happy and we're like, oh my god, another kid.
No, we're happy.
We're extremely happy.
What are you going to do about it? It's happened.
It's a very different situation for us. The last time we tried for 7 years and we had to go to a fertility doctor and everything was very much planned.
Yeah.
And so this is a whole different world for us, a whole different situation. And in the fact that we already have 2 2-year-olds. So it's a very, very different scenario. Very different thoughts and emotions this time around. But anyway, that's our story of how we found out. But what I want to know now is why you have an empty fruit cup wrapped in aluminum foil.
Well, it's not empty. And I have this for you. Hang on.
There better not be anything alive in there.
All right. So
I swear if I open it up and there's something alive in there, I'm going to die.
Don't open it yet. I got a buddy that I work with, and he owns a pest control company.
Oh my god! I'm not opening that. Mm-mm.
And he brought me something really cool.
Was it a bug?
And I put it in that fruit cup, and I got it wrapped up. And I wanted you to get to see it.
No. So, is it a bug?
You have to open it to find out.
If it's a bug, I don't even know.
Just open it up. Take a peek inside.
It sounds like it's a bug. Is it alive? Is it dead or alive? At least tell me that.
Hang on 1 second, okay?
I'm gonna kill you, Bob. I'm gonna kill you in your sleep. If a bug jumps out at me, I'm gonna kill
you. All right, I got my phone, and I'm gonna take a couple pictures. I'm gonna let you need to calm down. I'm gonna let you open it. And if you guys want to see some of the pictures of Katie opening this little magic bowl, all you got to do is go to thebobandkatieshow.com, the contact us page, and join the mailing list. And I'm going to add these pictures into the email that comes out with this episode. You got to talk us through it. What's going on? Get on your mic.
I don't know what to say right now. If something jumps out at me. Oh my god, is it a bug in there? Is it a bug in there? I think it's a bug in there. You better not
open it up. Open it up. Go ahead. Just rip it open. Do you want me to open it?
Oh my god, it's a bug. I'm not opening that. It is a bug. I'm not opening it. No. Is it dead? Is it at least dead? It's a bug.
All right, hang on.
Do not.
Wait, come back. Come back.
What is it? What is it? Please don't throw it on me.
I'm not going to throw it on you, I promise. You pull their door shut. You're going to wake them up. You're going to wake the children up. You're going to hear screaming. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Show me what it is.
Come sit down at the mic. Come on.
If you try to put something on me, do not.
Just come sit down. Just sit down.
Oh. Do not. Oh, no, let me, don't take it out. What is it? What is that?
Come here, I'll give it to you. Sit down. It's fine. It's not alive. The neighbor's probably calling the cops on us.
My heart's pounding. What is that?
Now explain to everybody what that is.
It's a fake roach. It looks very real. I don't even like it near me, and I know it's fake. You gotta get it away from me. I don't like that at all.
Now, that really is a gift from a guy that owns a pest control company.
A gift?
Yeah, he was like, here, you can have it. But guess what? He gave me this too.
Oh, God!
It's a second fake roach. That's exactly like the first one. Alright, I'll get it away from you.
I'm throwing those in the trash. Those are not staying in my house. My heart is like pounding right now. If I have nightmares, I'm going to wake you up.
I'm going to do some business real fast. Is that cool? Give you a chance to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I need to calm down. Like, my heart is racing. I feel stressed. Like, my adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah. Now, I'm not above, like, when you have kids, your pride, it just goes away. Like, there's no more pride.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't have any.
You're just a shell of a human being.
At the top of our Facebook page, there's a link for patreon.com. You can go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. If you enjoy me scaring the bejesus out of Katie with rubber bugs, you can go donate to our show and help us move forward in this venture. You know, if you take like the music industry, for example, things aren't the way that they used to be. Record labels pretty much don't exist anymore. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff it's a different time. Everything's about the internet now, you know?
Yeah.
Stream. And we're able to do this as a platform, but we don't have anybody backing it up, and it's not the cheapest venture to go through. So if you really enjoy it, just like PBS, this show is brought to you by listeners like you. So go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show if you'd like to donate to the show. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, I need to stress that this is not an advertisement. I'm not getting paid for this. We started, potty training with our kids, and we're doing the whole potty pop thing. You know, like if they use the bathroom in the potty, then they get a sucker.
It's a great idea. Hard when you have twins.
Yep.
Because what happens is one pee-pees in the potty and gets a potty pop, and then the other one doesn't pee-pee.
And they don't get a potty pop.
One, and then they throw a
Yeah, they don't understand why.
Because, in Reagan's word, I want this.
So I went out to buy the potty pops, and I wanted to get the flat suckers, you know, like the ones you get at like the bank. And I couldn't find
With
any.
the clear wrapper.
Yeah, so I ended up getting like some dumbbells or something like that.
Dum-dums.
Dum-dums, sorry, dumbbells. Well, I go to Fanboy Comics with my dad. Was it
in Wilmington?
In Wilmington, North Carolina. Last Saturday, I think. And it happened to be Halloween Comic Fest. I didn't even realize it was going on that day. And when I went in there, he had a big bowl full of those flat suckers. So my first reaction was, "Hey man, where did you buy these from?" And I think it threw him off because I was so excited about it. I was like, "Oh God, where'd you get these suckers from? I need some of these." And then I immediately went, "I need to give this guy some context of why I'm so excited." And I let him know. I was like, "Yeah,
maybe he just thought, he's like, this dude really likes suckers."
And I told him, I was like, "Yeah, we're potty training our 2-year-olds and I wanted to use these." And he goes, "Oh, wait right here." And he goes in the back and he comes out and hands me a whole bag of them. Apparently he had them.
So nice.
Yeah, he had them sent in, from the people that, I think it's Diamond that does all the comic book stuff. And they actually said Comic Halloween Fest on them. And I mean, it was really cool. So I thought it was only, you know, it would be justifiable for me to kind of give a shout out to.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
So it's Fanboy Comics in Wilmington, North Carolina. They supported the Bob and Katie show by hooking us up with some suckers. So support them by stopping by. I'm going to try to get this episode out tomorrow, which is the 5th of November. And if you hear this, remember, the 5th of November, Fanboy Comics is running great deals on comic books. I think they're doing the brown bag special, which is you go up there and you pay $20 and get to fill up a brown bag with as many comic books as you can stick in there. On average, it's like 60.
Wow.
But they had somebody one time that did like 90. So it's really, really cool. And if you can't make it to that, on the 19th of November is National Local Comic Book Store Day or something like that. They're going to have some comic book writers out there signing stuff.
Oh, wow.
If you go get subscriptions, which I have, you get discounts, free bags and board. It's a really cool place. And I promise you they're not paying us. He was so nice about everything. Mm-hmm. Like, I just feel like we should, you know, pay it back a little bit. So that's it. Fanboy Comics, Wilmington, North Carolina. Tell him Bob and Katie sent you. And he's going to be like, "The hell's that?"
I don't know those people.
Oh, and while we're here, if you can't go to patreon.com to show your support, it would really help us out if you have an iPhone. If you go to iTunes or the podcast app, search for our podcast and leave us a review. We really need that. Leave us
a good review.
Yeah.
Not a bad one.
Basically, this is what happens. Yeah, don't leave us a bad review. When, we get reviews, iTunes goes, you know, people like this, so they start recommending it a lot more, and it gives us a lot more access to more people. So, that's, go do that now. Just pause it. It's kind of weird. Have you ever tried to leave a review on the podcast app? You can't do it from the podcast. It's strange. At the bottom right, there's like a search button. Even if you're subscribed to it, you still have to go to that search button.
That's weird.
Search it and put it in.
It seems complicated.
Yeah. And then obviously, if you enjoy our show, go tell your friends about it. That's like the number one thing. All right, let's get back to what we call the North Carolina funny.
Bring that North Carolina funny, y'all.
All right, I had so much stuff happen from this past month that we didn't talk about. I actually had to write a lot of it down so I didn't forget things. So I'm gonna give you some of my points. I'm gonna let you pick. Okay, so Bob gets a job.
Oh, I want to hear about that one.
Bob forgets the turkey. Bob at the park, and we already covered Bob's friend's poop.
I want to hear about this job offer.
So you got a little bit of that information. In the episode last month, I was going to say last week, but
it's 3 weeks ago.
When we revealed that we were pregnant, I talked to my parents about the idea of getting a vasectomy, and I had a company contact me out of England and, offer me a job. And it's nothing crazy. What they want is like some voiceover stuff. So it's like a one-time thing. And, he basically said, "This is what I would like for you to record and say, and this is how we're going to use it. And, we would like to pay you, and we would really appreciate it if that money would go towards your vasectomy."
Oh my gosh.
So I thought that was pretty awesome.
I don't know how I feel about that.
So we have people in England going, "Oh my gosh, this guy doesn't need to have any more kids."
It's like, they're like, "Oh my god, these people do not need more kids."
So that's it. If you want to get jobs out of England, all you got to do is pop out a couple kids.
We're good parents, at least.
Yeah. I guess. We're We're keeping them alive. There's a lot of people right now that are keeping their kids alive. So sad. That's really all there was to that story. I just thought it was funny that like somebody would email me and go, look,
it's funny and sad. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't even think I have that great of a voice. Like, I really think it's like a pity job. I'm not even sure if they're going to use it.
It probably is. It's probably pity. But, hey, we'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, no. Like,
We'll
once
take
again,
pity.
no pride left. I'll take I don't care if you use it or not. No pride. Send me your money. I got a PayPal and everything. Make it super easy for you. All right. What next? Bob Forgets Turkey or Bob at the Park?
I want to hear Bob at the Park.
Bob at the Park. I have been wanting to tell you this story for 2 weeks. When I go to work, I still play Pokemon. Not at work, but I still play. And there is this little park that's about a 10-minute walk from where my work is. So I've been on my lunch break. I'll leave and I'll walk there. And it has like a lake or like a pond. It's a small body of water. I'm not going to pretend to know geography and math and stuff. It's water. Now, if you leave me alone, if you play Pokemon, then you're going to understand why I'm so excited. It takes exactly 5 minutes for me. I got short little legs. So, I mean, it might not take 5 minutes for other people, but to walk around this little body of water. And there's 5 Pokestops. Now, for people who don't play Pokemon, what a Pokestop is you walk past it and it allows you to get supplies for the game. So every time I walk around this thing, I'm A, losing weight because I'm a fat guy and I'm out here walking, and B, I'm stocking up on Pokemon supplies. So it's cool, right?
And once you hit a Pokestop, it takes 5 minutes before you can get it again. To it again.
So every time I circle, they all become available again. It's a really awesome place to like stock up on stuff. But that's not the story. The story is this particular day that I went was the day that I was closing. So I didn't take my lunch until later in the evening. And I think it ended up being around 5:30. And it was just starting to get dark a little bit, about halfway through my walk. So I got 30 minutes left to go. Now, this park is really pretty, but a lot of homeless people hang out there. And there's a lot of ducks. There's so many ducks.
Oh.
And then this particular day, there was actually just some people there hanging out. Well, it starts getting dark and I've got like 20 minutes left to go. And all at the same time, everybody that was there, not the homeless people, but just like the regular people. I mean, like the homeless people are regular people too. Now I'm a dick. Like that's not what I meant. There's some homeless people at the park, and then there's some people that aren't homeless, and the people that aren't homeless all left at the same time. They all got in their cars.
So all that's left is you, the homeless people, and the ducks.
Me, the homeless people, and the ducks. And I didn't think anything of it, but I just remember going, oh, that was weird. Everybody just left at the same time. Well, about 4 minutes later, all the homeless people left. They all left at the same time. And there's like 10 of them. Like there were like 10 people there.
That's a little odd.
It was. And I was like, I don't care how.
Did all the ducks leave next?
I don't care.
If you say all the ducks leave, that's time to panic.
So I'm going to get to the ducks. I don't care how big and brave you are.
I mean, it's like Godzilla is about to come out that pond or something. Like, you need to go.
I don't care how big and brave you are. When you're at a park and there's nobody at the park and the sun's starting to go down. It's
creepy.
Your brain starts going, I'm going to die. I'm about to die out here alone. They're going to it just gets, so I'm starting to I'm not freaking out, but I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Like I'm processing it, but I'm still walking. I'm getting these Pokestops. I'm getting it. Well, all the ducks all of a sudden get out of the water and travel together and leave the pond. They walk onto a tennis court and get into a little pile and just sit there. And now I'm like, whoa. Maybe something is going to come out this water.
I told you.
So I'm about halfway.
Animals know things. Yeah. They have instincts.
I'm about halfway around again, and I got scared. Like my imagination is running wild. And I was like, I don't want to die in this park. And like somebody.
So what were you thinking?
I was
in that moment, were you like,
oh,
something's going to come out that water.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like, I was thinking so many different things.
What do they all know that I don't know?
All I know is everybody left at the same time, and then the ducks left. And it's just me walking around that water. Well, I'm freaking out a little bit.
Did you start walking faster?
I did. But like, I was still trying to get these Pokestops. And then my brain said, oh my God, you're going to die at the park playing Pokemon Go. You got to leave. And then I left. But like my heart was thumping.
So you don't know why everybody left?
No clue. All I know is everybody left, and then the ducks left, and then I was like, I ain't dying at the park alone. And I left too.
Oh my God.
I haven't been back since.
It freaked you out that bad, huh?
No, I just haven't had the opportunity. I'm going to go back, but I'm probably not going to go back around that time. Like at noon, it was fine. Like at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, it was okay. But yeah, it started getting dark.
Parks at noon are a lot different than parks after dark.
It's like if you're at a park and you hear a child laugh, you know, it's like, oh, kids are playing. But like, what if you're at a park? I forgot something. When everybody left, oh my gosh, it's like my brain just blacked this out. Okay, so the ducks are still in the water, but everybody else is gone. All of a sudden, there was this little girl on like a little scooter. She had to be 8 years old. And she's like scootering around, like, cause it's like a pathway, you know, like a walkway, cement around and she's like on a scooter. And I'm freaking out at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
where's her parents?
And that's what I said. I looked around. There was no parents. Right? So
ooh, that gave me chills.
So, I come around the body of water is so small that you can see everything. You know what I mean?
The pond.
Well, she stops on the other side and she's just standing there. And, I come walking around and at this point I'm like, I'm going to have to walk past her. And I've seen horror movies. I'm not walking past a child in the park in the dark. Like, it's not happening. So I stop and like, I'm looking at her and she's looking at me. And she's probably scared too. You know what I mean? And
I don't know where her parents are.
And I was like, I'm not walking past this little girl. And she's like, this 8-year-old girl done scared this grown man to death. So I go up and walk through the tennis court and come out the other side. Like I must have went 20, 30 yards out the way not to get next to this little girl.
Oh my gosh.
And then, and I'm walking and apparently at some point she gets on her scooter again and then scoots past me and I about threw up in the water.
Like she came up behind you?
Yeah, she came up behind me and like I had headphones on. So like I didn't know it until she was right beside me. And then she scoots away. And it was like a minute or so after that, all the ducks got out and left.
Something like that happened at a different park. A while back, we were both there and I had been jogging and we both had our headphones in and I was walking with you. I was like cooling down or something and you were pushing the stroller and there was a guy that came running up behind us. And when he ran past us, I think we both peed a little bit. Scared us to death.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
I don't really think that's enjoyable for anybody but us to talk about it, but it scared me the roads. It's like, once again, we were at a park and it was getting dark. And somebody ran up behind us.
And we couldn't hear them because we had headphones in. Yeah. Scary situation. I
think I was playing Pokemon then, too. I was like, I'm going to die playing Pokemon in the park one day. And that people are going to find me. Like, yeah, we found this fat guy. He didn't have a shirt on. We don't know where his shirt went, but he had a Pokemon Go in his hand. And
he must have been pooping.
Yeah. He must. We looked for the poop. We couldn't find it. Bob forgets the turkey. You sent me to the grocery, or we went to the grocery store.
Yeah, we went to the grocery store.
You stayed in the
how
car.
this story starts because I sent you to buy turkey from the deli.
Yeah, and some other stuff, other random stuff.
And a few other things. And yeah, I think I sat in the car with the kids.
Yeah.
And then we get home and realize we forgot a bag.
Now
that had the turkey in it, and there was something else we were missing. Like
whatever. It doesn't. Long story short, for this part, it was a Sunday night. It was the first night that The Walking Dead was coming back, and it's like 8:30, and The Walking Dead comes on at 9. And I'm like, well, I got to go back up there and get the turkey. So I call Walmart, and I was like, hey, I just left some turkey up there. I want to come and get it. And the lady goes, well, turkey is a refrigerated meat, and I said, sure is. I still want to come get it though. It's been 5 minutes. Just let me come get my turkey.
Like literally, we live like so close to Walmart. Yeah. Like we live almost across the street.
And she goes, yeah, just come talk to somebody at customer service to help you out. And in my mind, I'm like, I need faster service than that. So I told her, I was like, hey, would it be too much trouble if you could go ahead out there to the garden center store we paid for? And I was like, and get the turkey and have it at customer service. And that blew her mind. I was like, come on, just offer a little bit of customer service. And I told her, I was like, I didn't tell her why I was in a hurry. But I was like,
Walking Dead. Can you please just hurry it up?
I said, I'm on a schedule. I got to come get it and I got to get out of there. And she goes, okay, well, just come up here. Well, I had already changed. I wasn't in pajamas. I don't wear like pajamas, but I wear like, a shirt with the sleeves cut off and some basketball shorts. And I think the shorts I was wearing that night used to be pants and I cut them off. It was all raggedy and I put like some slippers on. And I go into Walmart, so I'm rushing.
You put slippers on?
Yeah, like those slip-on shoes that I have.
Oh, I was thinking you were talking like house slippers. I was like, I don't even think you own any of those.
Well, I'm walking real fast. And I get in there and I was like, hey, yeah, I just bought some turkey. And the lady goes, oh, yeah, we got it right here. She's like, I got to call the manager. And I said, why? She says, oh, you have to sign for it. I said, the turkey? I got to sign for the turkey?
What?
And I'm starting to freak out, right? Because I'm like, I want to see this episode. Because I know that Negan killed somebody and I want to know who it was.
And all in all, since you purchased the stuff, it's been like maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like we came home, brought the bags in, I was putting the stuff away. I was like, oh, where's the turkey and a few other things? And you were like, oh, okay, I gotta go back to Walmart. Like, it was like 10 minutes, really.
Yeah. So she calls for the manager again and the manager's not coming. I was like, please, can I just have the turkey? And at this point, I'm mad. It doesn't take much. Like, I hit mad really fast. And the lady goes, well, we have to have you sign it. I was like, I'll sign it. I'll sign whatever you want me to sign. Just give me the turkey. So I paid for it already. I have the receipt in my hand. I'm like, here it is. And you found it. I told you where it was at and it was there. Just give me the turkey. And, the lady at this point, I think she gets aggravated and she goes, sir, you have to sign the turkey out.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
And that's when I got loud.
I understand she was trying to do her job. I understand that completely. But this situation is still ridiculous.
Now, to anybody that didn't know what was going on, to other customers that may have been in the store at the time, they don't know what I was going through. All they know is that there was a fat guy wearing a shirt with no sleeves, some cut-up basketball shorts, and some shoes with no socks. And they see him slinging his arms and start yelling, The Walking Dead's coming on in 10 minutes and I need my damn turkey. And I yelled it loud.
It's a serious situation, people.
So, she walks over and she grabs the turkey and she puts it on the counter and she goes, I need you to sign it out. I said, no problem. I grabbed the bag of turkey and walked away. I didn't sign nothing. Like, at this point...
Did she try to stop you?
I don't think she was going to. At this point, the turkey's in my possession, and I have paid for this turkey, both in time, gas, and money. Like, this is my turkey, and I'm going to fight anybody that's going to try to take this turkey away from me. And it was like 10 minutes after that, I was thinking about it. I was like, all these crazy people I've seen in Walmart, I think I may have judged them too quickly. Because I know... that if somebody was in there with a camera, I'm gonna end up on that website. People of Walmart.
There's probably a video of you on YouTube right now.
Because that's what I yelled. I was like, The Walking Dead comes on in 10 minutes, and I need my damn turkey. And I'm just like, I'm shaking my fist, you know, like I'm fixing to play double Yahtzee or something. I got just a few more things to cover, and then we'll wrap it up. I got an email from Alan out of Connecticut. Alan, I'm sorry, I can't remember. I'm not pulling the email up. He listened to the episode we had a while back, where we talked about getting rid of the Escape and buying the truck, and he wanted to know how my car was going.
The Jetta?
Yeah.
Or, as you refer to it, the Death Jetta?
Yeah, the Death
Jetta. I hate
Jetta.
it when you call it that. I do not like it when you say that.
So,
I hate it.
Alan, this is just for you, out of Connecticut or wherever you might be. The Death Jetta is in a weird situation right now.
Tell him the noise it makes.
I did. I have gotten I haven't
had to pee myself. I guess Queen's
Didn't you go to the bathroom?
No.
Okay. I'll tell the story. You gotta calm down. Okay. Alan of Connecticut. This section of the Death Jetta Returns is for you. Since the last that we talked about the Death Jetta,
don't call it that.
I have completely given up on the car. I haven't changed the oil in over a year. Because
have you checked your oil?
No.
Like, is there even oil in your car?
There might not be oil in my car. I'm not sure. There's trash in it, man. There's like, I've just completely neglected that car.
Now you have the headlight out.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to get there. You let me talk about it, okay? It's my car. Just a quick recap of things that are wrong with it. The trunk doesn't lock. The moonroof doesn't work. My window now, the driver's side window doesn't go down. I tried to roll it down in the winter at some point and it broke.
You have a door stopper?
Yeah, I work at a hardware store, so I went inside one day and I bought a little $2 rubber door stop, like a triangle that you shove under the door. And I hammered that into my door to make the window, stop coming down. When I was getting it inspected, the guy broke my door handle off. So now I got to shut the door using the little trash compartment on the side. You know, that little thing on the side of your
compartment down at the bottom that you only use that's for junk mail and trash.
Yeah, I throw trash in. Well, now I use that to shut my door, and it's starting to get loose. I don't know what I'm gonna do once that thing breaks off. There's nothing else to grab on my door to shut. I'm gonna have to screw something to the door.
Fashion something out of duct tape and a bungee cord.
Yeah. Most recently, the new thing with the Death Jetta is it started to sing. I was at a stoplight. And I had a podcast going, and I heard something weird, so I turned it down, and there's a noise coming out of the front of the car, and it's going, and then I would hit the gas, and it would go away. And I was like, well, that's weird. And it didn't do it again for a couple days. And I remember thinking, I was just like, whatever, I don't care. And it's progressively gotten something's gonna break. Because it's doing it really fast and really loud now. And it's almost embarrassing. Because, I drive through Myrtle Beach and I'm always getting stopped at stoplights. And every time I stop at as soon as you stop the car, it goes, so I immediately look around to see, who's got their windows down. Because I know that I'm aggravating them. And I go to leave work.
I'm seconds, I love it.
What was it, a week ago? And there was a really bad wreck, and I think somebody may have lost their life. I didn't know about it at the time, but all I know is I got stuck in traffic for an hour. I'm sure everybody around me wanted to blow their brains out.
You called me. It's not funny, but it is. You called me when you were leaving work.
Yeah.
I'm on the way home. And then you called me 10 or 15 minutes later and you're like, hey, I've run into this traffic jam. Traffic's just not moving. You were mad because you were ready to be home. And you were you were so angry.
I was.
You were so angry because traffic, and you were in my car, is talking to people.
Please come get me out of this, God. It's not changing my oil and I don't know what to do. Please help me now. I feel like the car is just trying to, it's signaling for help.
Yeah, SOS. That's what it's doing. It's please help me.
It's a beep, 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 beep. I don't know. I don't work on cars, and my assumption is that it's some kind of belt, maybe. But yeah, and it's doing it every time. And I leave for work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So as soon as I turn the car, and we're in an apartment complex, so I know that people can hear it inside their apartments when I turn my car on. You ever had that one guy that lives near you, and he cranks up his car and he's got a muffler on? It's
yeah, we have one of those people. Well, we did.
Well, I'm the guy now that I turn my car on and it goes wee 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 at 5 o'clock in the morning. And there's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do. One of the windshield wipers broke. It's I don't think it touches the glass anymore. That's why I sent you a message this morning. I was like, hey, were you planning on going anywhere? Because I took the truck. Because it was raining outside. I was like, I can't use a Death Jetta.
The windshield wiper, the blade part, if you replace it and put new blades, it'll work?
No, it's not touching the glass anymore. I tried to press on it to get it back down to the glass, but it doesn't.
What in the world? What happened?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Is it the one on the driver's side or the passenger side?
I think it's the one on the passenger side. Yeah, it's the one all the way to the right. Well, I had to pay rent, and to pay rent, I normally just drop a check off at the office. So you write the check, and I take it the next morning, and I pull up to the building, and it's 5:30 in the morning. I go up there and I drop the check in the slot, and I turn around, and now I've got a light out. And I don't know how long I've had the headlight out, because I never look at the front of my car. And I've always had an issue with my car. The headlights, they don't do anything. Like
they're so dim.
They're really dim. Like whenever somebody's behind me at night, I see more with their lights than I do with mine. So I look at the car and I have no idea. I've probably been riding around with one headlight for 2 months, but now it bothers me because now I know, and I'm like, I'm going to get pulled over. I don't think
Maybe you should replace the bulb.
I don't think it doesn't make a difference though. Like there's just as much light in the front of that car.
Well, you can't get pulled over for 2 dim bulbs. You can get pulled over for not having. You can get pulled over for having one out.
Yeah. So there you go, Alan. The Death Jetta returns just for you, buddy. I've got one more, two or three more things. Andrew, I know you've heard about Andrew. He's from England, somewhere in England. He's become a very regular listener. He communicates with me all the time and he sends me stories. And I keep forgetting to talk about them. So I wanted to cover just a few real fast. There was somebody who bought a house and inside the attic, they found a wasp nest that had, it was the size of like half the room.
Oh my gosh!
There's a picture of it.
Holy crap!
It's in like thousands of wasps. So
what do you do? What do you do?
I think when I read the story,
burn the house down.
Set it on fire. Well, we can't live here. From the big ball that you saw, there were tunnels that led to it, and they made tunnels all through the house for them to come in and out. Crazy.
That is intense. So the house must have sat there like
a long time,
unoccupied.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was in the
time.
attic, so. But yeah, when they found it, there were no wasps in it. But yeah, like the people.
No wasps in it?
No, it was just empty. But they had they had people come in that like knew about that kind of stuff, and they estimated like 10,000 were in it at one point. It was insane.
Well, you can't help but wonder, where'd they go?
Yeah.
Where did they go?
I don't know. They're out there somewhere. There's somebody else's attic.
Like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Another story he sent me, there was this, lady, she was an old lady, I'm gonna guess her age was 90, I haven't read the story in a couple weeks, and she used to go to this restaurant every day for lunch. Well, she stopped going, and the waitress that worked there after like 4 days, she was like, I need to find out where this lady is, and she tracks her down and goes to her house, and apparently, the old lady was taking a bath and couldn't get out, and she was stuck in her bathtub for 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
It's really a cool story, like, what she would do. Obviously, she had water to drink, so she wasn't eating, but she, if you ever get trapped somewhere, water is number one. Mm-hmm. Like, you can go, especially me, I'm good for a month or two without food. I'm fine. But what she would do is that she would randomly fill the tub up with warm water, and that's how she was staying warm. It was really smart. Like, she utilized what was around her. Like, she stayed hydrated and warm. But the waitress went to her house and found her.
Thank goodness somebody, noticed and went to check on her.
Isn't that awesome?
It's sad. It's awesome, but it's sad too. Yeah. Like, poor lady stuck in her tub for 4 days. 4 days is a long time. Okay,
the next one is, and he found, this is actually American news that he found. They're talking about us over there in England. Like, listen to this crap they're doing.
I'm sure they are.
There was this girl who was driving a car and took her shirt off, Snapchatting, topless pictures to her boyfriend.
While she was driving?
While she was driving.
Oh, that can't be safe.
And hit a police car.
Oh, she deserved that.
Yep.
I'm sorry. She deserved that. What an idiot, man.
Yeah.
Totally deserved it. Thank God she didn't hit, a child. Thank you for the stories, Andrew.
Yes, Andrew. Thank you so much, man. That. And, keep sharing it with your friends. I appreciate everything you guys do. Once again, we apologize, to the listeners for last month. And we're going to make a commitment right now, me and you.
I was doing fall mini sessions.
Oh, yeah, you had that going on, too.
For the past 3 weekends.
It's just been busy, man.
So, we've just been that's part of it, is I've been super busy, and then you've been super busy, because you were helping me watch the kids while I was doing mini sessions and stuff, and your family was too. And, that's part of the reason why we just haven't had, like, a free minute in the past few weeks. So, we do apologize.
But we're going to make a commitment this month. We're not going to say forever, but we're going to try to put out an episode every week this month to make up for last month. But thank you guys so much. Patrons, thank you. You're like, what you guys do, there's only a couple of you right now, but it really makes a difference in our lives.
It's basically the difference of this show continuing or not.
Yeah, it
so
is.
We really appreciate it.
I know it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it really, really does help a lot. So thank you so much. But I think that's it. Yeah? You good? I'm good.
Yeah.
Find your laugh.
Find your happy.